The biz.
Welcome. Buenos dias. Happy Monday. Man, happy spring. All the above.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Good?
Feeling good, yeah.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to What's the Biz, Monday morning, Empower Huddle. Of course, I'm your host, Nika. And this morning we have, oh my goodness, my wonderful, crazy, funny godmother, my Nina.
Yeah.
I love my Nina.
Yeah.
And we have
and
her
I love
here.
my baby.
Yes, she does. I'm actually her favorite. We have, and she's a life coach. So we're gonna go through all of the journey of becoming a life coach and just a bunch of information that you may not have even known. I surely did not. So we're gonna go through that today. But before we get into that, I want to go over the tea I'm drinking and some sponsorships just to let you guys know. Business owners, you're gonna have the opportunity later on to sponsor shows. This show today was sponsored by Young Life, CMOS company owned by Cliff Young. And it's he has CMOS on his website. He sells CMOS, also soursop tea. The leaves are available, and they also actually just opened up their Body Armor, or the gym is called Body Armor in Visalia. So make sure to check them out. The links and everything will be posted later on in the show. So, but this morning I'm actually drinking some echinacea, just trying to gear up my immune system for anything that's trying to hit me during the summer.
Yeah, allergy season too. I'm drinking throat coat tea.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of soothes my throat.
Yeah.
Kind of getting over some stuff. Plus we're in allergy season now, so.
What do you have on your cup? That's cute.
These are hummingbirds.
Ooh.
Because I am a magical hummingbird queen.
Yeah, I love hummingbirds.
Yeah, I'm so attached to hummingbirds.
Mine is good day for a vacay, and
always.
It's always good day for a vacay, y'all. Anywho, let's jump in.
Yeah, let's dive.
Nina, I don't know everything about you, but just tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. I was born and raised in the Bay Area, about 1976. I'm kind of dating myself here. In 1976, our family relocated to Tulare County. We lived in Tulare. I went to Tulare Union High School. Moved to Visalia probably in 82, 81. I was a single mom for a long time, and although I didn't come from a family who strive for education, it was something that sort of a desire in me. So I went to school and tried to, make life a little bit better for not only myself, but my children. Mm-hmm. Lived here for quite some time, raised the kids, they became adults, started having kids on their own. And I always, of course, resonated to the Bay Area. So I went back to the Bay Area, lived out there for about 15 years and been back home for probably the last 4.
Oh, it's been 4 years already?
Yeah, going on 4 years now.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So when I used to work in the Bay Area, I would stay with my Nina in San Jose. Yeah. And of course, she's a blast. If you guys don't know her, it's a pleasure knowing my Nina. And those who know. Just put it that way.
That's sweet, thank you.
But yeah. All right. Yeah. And so let's dive in a little bit on the life coach part of it, because I know that is a passion of yours.
Oh, yeah.
You love people.
I do.
You love restoration and helping people get from, that's just always how you've been. That's just when I have problems, sometimes you're my go-to person because, you have that empathy for people and that's so needed, especially in today's time. And so how did you become a life coach?
Well, when I relocated to the Bay Area, I met this wonderful woman who is still a mentor to me to this day. Her name is Carla, and she actually, I worked underneath her. She was my manager, and she actually seen some potential in me about just how I engaged with people. And she took me under her wing and she said, have you ever thought about human resources? Which, as you know, I've had that career for probably about 20 years. And I'm like, no, I never thought about that. I'm going to college for this. But anyway, long story short, as we developed our relationship under her wing in human resources, I found out, excuse me, that she was also a life coach. And so she introduced me to that world. She actually not only poured into me, but she sponsored me in some development training. We did training on communication, on leadership, on you name it, and we did that. And because the plan was to eventually go out and start coaching with her. Well, life happens.
Right.
And so things shifted for her, but it was still a passion of mine. So I continued developing and training and getting certified and whatnot. And it just so happens that years down the road, I would meet and have another opportunity to work with a life coach, Mark Johnson, out of Houston, Texas. So I was able to travel with him for a short time. He kind of mentored me a little bit more so. But in the world of human resources, I mean, you pretty much are coaching your employees, coaching your leadership, coaching, training people and developing people. So I always found in my life that that there was tremendous possibility in almost every work job that I took when it came to coaching. So again, being a part of something that was not only a passion, but I just wanted to take the deeper dive and develop myself further so I can do it on my own. Which I've really
That's
taken.
always smart.
Yeah, which I've really taken on. I did some coaching in the Bay Area. I have, met wonderful people through it. And I'm, back now and ready to relaunch here in the Valley.
That's amazing, which I don't hear about a lot of life coaches, especially they're not being promoted if they are. So I imagine you identified a need here in the Valley, which is number one, it's always your passion that makes you want to start wherever you're at. And then number two, you identify that need. There's a need for it here, especially in today's world and just even in our circle, our tight-knit circle. It's I know people are probably well, it's within family or close friends, but do you feel like a lot of your clients, or I don't know what you call them, are they clients? Or, come from people you don't know, or is it?
Yeah, I often have people kind of word of mouth type of thing. Like if I've coached a friend, they will tell somebody else, and then I will meet with that person and maybe pull in a client from that aspect because, my heart's desire is to cause people to be better than they know themselves to be, right? So I always try to throw that out into the universe or into the heavens and say, God, bring me who you need to bring, who needs maybe just someone to shine a flashlight on their life,
So what is a life coach?
Well, coach, let's attach that to sports, right? We talked about that the other day, how in life we like to, think about it as sports, right? So, you've heard the term game of life, right? So what a coach does is work sort of on the sidelines, and we just kind of guide you strategically to be the best that you can possibly be. Whether it's, just kind of honing in on some goals, or maybe even, doing some bigger things, playing a bigger game in life. We're there to strategically look at things and to cause you to see what goals you can complete for yourself.
And that is so there's a difference then with therapy, obviously, and life coaching.
Yes, we're not therapists, and I will say that up front. I am not a therapist. I do have some knowledge in psychology, but that is not something we do.
Right, because the schooling I'm sure is what differentiates that or separates that. But life coach is just like you said, coaching them through difficult or maybe just, helping them reach a goal or reach something that they've been struggling to reach, which is kind of unique because here at What's the Biz, we do that for businesses
Right.
or entrepreneurs,
Right.
Just trying to pull out that, inspiring them, or, just trying to get them to the next level of, hey, don't give up on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't give up on your dream,
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
So
and that's what a coach will do too, We'll yell from the sidelines
Right.
For you in your life. No, let's talk about, some strategic moves there. No, maybe we can look at it this way. And
Right.
we're not only there to guide you, but we're also there to be an encouragement and to help motivate you as well.
Right. So we kind of touched on it already, but what are the benefits of having
So there's
a life
so
coach?
many that I thought, you know what, let me jot some stuff down. Well, we've already talked about achieving goals, right?
Right.
Okay. A life coach can also help you shift your perspective, right? Because in reality, we are born as an empty slate, right? Life happens, and then all kinds of things get poured into us as we develop and grow,
Lord
right?
knows.
So we get our parents' stuff, we get our teacher stuff, our peer stuff, our relative stuff, and that is truly what helps develop us.
Right.
So a life coach can come in and kind of see where maybe you've taken on some toxic attributes that maybe if we shift, you'll be able to see yourself in a clearer way. So we look at perspective, working with you on your perspective. Self-awareness is a big thing. One of the challenges in life sometimes is for us to really acknowledge that we have faults. Nobody wants to admit that, hey, there's something wrong here, right? So what we
That's
do
a scary
is
place to go.
Right, right. So as a life coach, we kind of call you on your stuff a little bit, and we say, hey, you came to me because you want to develop X, Y, and Z, and you want to be better at life, and you want to play the game better in life. So let's look at some stuff here.
Right.
So sometimes digging into that aspect of it is challenging.
Right.
But it's also very rewarding.
Yes.
If you're willing to let go of some stuff.
Right.
And we don't push it on you. Because it's your game you're playing.
Right.
We're just trying to help you navigate it in a way where it brings positivity.
Right. Holding yourself accountable.
Holding yourself accountable, right. And another thing is, a life coach can also help you foster better relationships, because how many know that, we struggle sometimes, especially with family. What's that saying? You can pick your nose and you pick your booty, but you can't pick your family.
Right.
So there's definitely some big challenges there, right? So we can help you look at things in a way that you holding that anger against Cousin Mary, is that really validating and helping your existence? Is that causing you to show up in life to be the best that you can be? Just because her potato salad was better at the barbecue than yours. But there's attributes that are developed in us, right? That so we look at all those things. Another one is creating balance. I know sometimes we have this story about creating life balance, creating work balance.
Right.
I'm still on the fence with a lot of that.
Right.
I'm kind of saying, is that real? Can we do that? But we can work with our clients in a way to say, okay, what does that look like for you? Are you spending enough time with your family? Are you giving too much to the office? Are you spending too much time outside of the home? Let's look at some things that we can kind of cultivate and pull back in to help you bring balance to your life. And another one is discover clarity. I mean, we all, have all these ambitions and visions and dreams for us.
Right.
But let's hone in on what really, like you said earlier when you were talking about passion, let's hone in on what you're really passionate about.
Right.
Where do you see that passion taking you in your life? And there's so many more. We can help you improve your self-confidence. We can help you improve your self-esteem, because that's a battle, right? Especially as women, that's a battle for us. We can, like we talked about earlier, we can help you follow through on your commitments. We help to eliminate bad habits. There's also show you your value, because there's this saying that I always say, and I drive my family probably nuts with it, is we never see ourselves the way other people see us.
Oh, that's
right?
so true.
We never see ourselves the way other people see us, and a life coach can help you see your value, not only what you can become, but what you can offer your relationships, what you can offer your workplace, what you can offer your community and your world.
You're just like a lifetime homegirl. I'm going to label you lifetime homegirl.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, so we can just help you like rekindle your old dreams. You know, I just worked with a client here locally. She's a friend, of course, you know, and she she always enjoyed writing, you know, and she actually just published her first book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So,
that's
you know,
awesome.
so that's a life coach can definitely take you to the next level, you know, because we live such a life of like mundane, right? We get up in the morning.
Oh, yes.
We like, oh, I got to go back to that same job.
Exactly.
I got to go deal with these same people, you know. But
exactly.
But
that's
yeah,
hard.
that's pretty much the benefits. Yeah.
Good morning,
but there's
Instagram.
A whole bunch.
If you're just joining, we have life coach here, Darnell Rivera, my
Good
Nina.
morning.
And we're talking about, she's a life coach, so we're talking about all of the tools and which is going to be kind of like my next question, but what is a life coach, the benefits of having a life coach, all of those good things. So any specific tools when you identify a client, when you're with a client or someone comes to you, what are the specific tools that you use?
Well, one of the tools that we use is called the life balance wheel. And there's 8 areas of life that we look at, whether it's spirituality, whether it's finances, relationships. We talked a little bit about that, self-development. So there's 8 areas. And of course, it's not just confined to those 8 areas. So let's say if we're looking at, your relationships, and what we do it on is you do the work in the scale of it, part of it. So we look at it and we say, okay, from 1 to 10, how are your relationships? And if you can come up with anything, 10 being, oh, they're all perfect, they're all wonderful, life is great and good, everybody loves me, I love everybody, right? Who lives in that world?
Who lives in that
Who
world?
lives in a 10?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we look at that, and then 10 being blissful and wonderful, 1 being what the hell,
Right.
Life is not working for me, and then we just hone in on, okay, and then we sit with you and we go over the wheel, we gauge it 1 through 10, and let's say that you're doing an 8 in your relationships, and maybe you feel pretty good about that. So where are you maybe a low 3 or a 4 or even a 5? Where in that relationship do you want to develop a little bit more? So we just look at that. So if you're at a 3 in your finances, then that's gonna be one of the things that we work on together. If you're at a 4 in your career, let's look at that.
Right.
We even one of the the wheels have like recreation and fun, because how many times do we work so hard?
Oh, yeah.
And people will say, well, I work hard, I play hard, but how many of us don't play?
Yeah, not at all. I know a lot of people that, and I'm for one, I can probably have $5 in my bank account, and I'd be like, it's time for a vacay, and I don't know how it's going to be here, but
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
And it does happen, because you're always on the social media vacating.
The Lord provides. But it's serious. Seriously though, it's all, sometimes with people, it's all work and no play, and that's not I don't feel like that's a good balance in life. It's not.
No.
We were here for a good time, not a long time. So you got to enjoy life.
Yeah. And the reality is this, I know it gets to us, as a cliche, but life is short. We never know what's going to happen from day to day, right?
I think
and we were talking about that the other day.
We're reminded of that, of how short life is.
Yeah.
And, I know it's like, I think I'm in a space right now too where I'm like, you actually don't have to have a lot of money to enjoy life.
Right.
I mean, of course it helps, but I was just having this conversation with Donald. We can just go out for a walk and enjoy nature and enjoy the earth,
and have a conversation.
And have a conversation. And that's just taking us away from life's pressures. Life, those are simple things. Going for a bike ride, filling up your tank and going just to take a drive somewhere, and coming back home.
Listening to all your favorite songs.
Exactly. Singing in the car out loud. Just finding those moments in life where, it's like, man, this is going to make my day go a little bit better. It's going to take me away from that hustle and bustle and
catch our breath.
Yes, it's so important. I mean, we've been on this series of rest and enjoying. One of the things is creative rest, going out and
I love
and
that.
enjoying.
Thank you for
things.
introducing me to that book. I
enjoying
love that.
things that are already created.
Yeah.
It's like it's so big.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Do you only coach adults? Or?
No, actually, we coach teens too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you know, their areas of life are a little bit different. So we look at academics, we look at behavior. How many know it's fun being with teens? I have 3 teenage granddaughters, and they're fun. And then we look at, you know, we teach them about finance too. We even and teach them about spirituality, or look at that for them if they come, you know, in a place. Let's say that their family goes to church, but they have a problem with it. We kind of help guide them on their own spirituality. There's just a lot of areas we talk to them about, you know, their future. But one of the biggest areas that we work on is self-love. You know, in today's world, I mean, with social media, there is such a lack of, or I should say, there's just so much pressure on teenagers right now to look a certain way or to be a certain way or something like that. So yeah, we definitely work with teenagers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I bet you that's fun too sometimes.
It is.
Just thinking, because it's like teenagers are just, they're kind of like, I'm sure a lot of them come with some baggage, like we were saying earlier. It's and things that they're so young, things that were not even placed in their life by choice, but they're still like a fresh canvas, and they're still being molded, and
their brain is still developing. You know,
I always admire people that really have, number one, a love to work with children, because it's like, yes, if you can catch them at that time in their life and mold them to be an outstanding and extraordinary human being, why not?
Yeah, and a lot of times, you know, people in general just need somebody either outside of their circle. Right. You know, and I always say this, outside of their head, you know, to kind of show them a different way or a different approach to things. Right. So,
that's awesome. And what do you think is the number one thing that stops people from truly living their best life?
Fear. Yeah. I mean, think about it. How many times have you had a desire or a dream or wanted to pursue something?
Oh, yeah, and you talk yourself out of it.
But you've talked yourself out of it because maybe you believe the story that you heard when you were a little kid that you'll never be nothing. So you've literally attached yourself to that story and you've lived your life that way. You've settled for that job, that, you know, and this is not to discount human beings at all, but maybe, you know, pays you minimum wage because it's a regular check, but yet you lay there in your bed at night dreaming of what ifs and how come I didn't do this when I was younger? I want to do this, God, that's never going to happen for me. Well, let's talk, man, because I'm telling you, you know, some of the clients that I've worked with, I had one young man who wanted to be an actor and he just couldn't get the oof in him to do it, and so we worked on it. He enrolled in acting classes. He took his headshots. He's been on auditions. He's been in the little movie, you know, so there's a possibility because the reality is this, God didn't put a purpose or a dream in you. You know, He knows you can do it. You've just got to believe that for yourself. You know, so a life coach can help you kind of kick you in the butt and say, hey, come on, wake up. Live your best life.
You're right. God didn't put a purpose in us just for us not to water it. And, and help
sometimes
it grow.
It's hard to water it.
It is hard.
You know?
It is hard. It's, but, you know, you get to a point to where you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of being in the position you're in life, right? And at some point, you have to say enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
And look in the mirror and say, I may be the one holding myself back.
Yeah, exactly. And I can relate to that. And I think that's why I have so much compassion for the people that I coach, is because I can relate to that. I remember playing small in life and you know, being very insecure and not sure of myself, and did I say that right? You know, did I do that right? You know, and I literally, thank God, had people around me that saw potential and pushed me, you know, and it has caused me to be better than I know myself to be, right? So
we just need that one person sometimes,
you know,
to just come along.
Yeah,
and that's what you are and have been for a lot of people. So what is what does your future look like when it comes to like where people can find you, or do you have a website?
Yeah, I actually do. I have a website.
And we'll post that too.
Okay,
so at the end of the show. But it's good that what is the website called?
It's called lifecoachforyou.org, and it's the number 4, so it's lifecoach4.org.
Okay.
And go there. There's all kinds of information. We are trying to update it and get some things changed on it. But go there. There's a section you can click on for a free assessment. Okay. And you just click on that, because all my assessments are free. And then you just click on that, and then you fill out the information, and then we'll make an appointment to chat over the phone. And then if it feels like a good fit, we'll meet one-on-one, which is still part of that free assessment. And then we'll just see what you're up to, and what kind of goals you want to set, what kind of transformation you want to bring in your life, and I
love that. So how long do you stay with I say stay with people, because like I said, when I hear you talk about what a life coach is, I'm like, it's literally like a homegirl, homeboy for life. And they're just helping you, like you said, guide you through things. I mean, are you available at all time? I know you need your beauty sleep at night, but you know, it's like, it's one of those things like, oh my God, this is happening to me, and I need to hear from my life coach. Do you have people like that, or have you had? And how long, I kind of asked you a couple questions, but how long do you stay with people?
Well, I offer programs 90 days, 30 days, 6 months to a year. To a year. However, there's different styles to life coaching. There's innovative life coaching style, there's strategic life coaching style, but there's also empathic style. I'm an empathic life coach. I'm going to be your forever friend. You know what I'm saying? So there are times where clients still to this day call, and I still have check-ins with them just to see where they're at, just to see what type of inspiration that they may need in the moment.
I know, and that's true, y'all. Like, she is the forever empathic. I'm like, I can't speak this morning. Friend, and I'm so lucky and blessed to have her as my Nina. Thank you, Mama, for designating this wonderful woman. But so that is very true. I know that you stick with people, and because you really do have a love for people.
I do. I
can't stand people sometimes. I'd be like,
but I haven't always been that way.
I know.
I've developed and within myself to really appreciate human beings.
Yes.
They literally, like, what's the word? Some days I look at humans and I say they're so bizarre, but other days I look at them, they're so beautiful.
They are.
They are so beautiful.
We are beautiful
and,
people.
And even those of us who are broken, there's good qualities in all of us, because again, we weren't born into the state that we're in now, right? We were innocent, empty, beautiful. We were born under grace. Life happens. And then we've developed all these stories behind all the things that life has happened. So there's a lot of goodness in us.
Wow. So, okay, y'all, surprise. So my Nina Darnell Rivera, life coach. What is your title?
Transformation life coach.
Transformation life coach. She's going to be our co-host on Monday morning Empower Huddles. Yay! That was a little, because my media man, I don't know, he's asleep over there or something. I got my media. No, I'm just kidding. He's honestly the one that makes this all possible.
Can't give him no
But
help.
yes, honestly, guys, like, I'm so excited. I'm so super excited, because I have been wanting, y'all know I've been out there asking, and she's just the perfect co-host, and what she's about just fits in Empower, Monday morning Empower Huddles, What's the Biz, She's smart as heck. She's got a lot of experience. She's family. She whips me and my cousin into shape sometimes. We need that. You know, she'll keep us focused. And what better thing to have is like a life coach just on board with us. So she's going to be, you'll see her more often.
Yep.
So it's going to be a good thing. I'm so excited to have you, Nina, and so excited to see what we're both going to create and what all three of us are going to create here
it's going to be wonderful.
on the show and with What's the Biz and Nuclear. And so there's some really good things coming, y'all. It's going to be really good. So I want to talk a little bit about like book clubs. I mean, we've gotten, we've talked about with What's the Biz, we're wanting to have a book club. So Nina has will hear me refer to her as Nina because she's my Nina. Yeah. So she's going to take that underneath her wing and groom that up to be. And so do you have any ideas of what do you see doing with the book club? Yeah,
so I just, one of the things I admire, first let me say to you and Jay, I mean, what you guys are doing is just beautiful. I just want to acknowledge you guys for what you're bringing to the 559 area. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything like this happening. And to those of you who are listening, take it upon yourself to really like join What's the Biz 559. You guys, we want to definitely, help support small businesses, right? So that's what our heart's desire is. So we're just going to open up, shop, and we're going to have some workshop on development. We're going to have some workshop on mindset. We're going to have some workshops on finances and in corporate book clubs in relation to all that. So you can be better than you know yourself to be. So we're going to have some people come in, and I have a friend who is a psychological coach, and she's going to come in and she's going to share some things with us about how that type of coaching is. Again, I mentioned earlier my friend who wrote a book. She's going to come in, and her book is about grief, and how many of us know that we can really learn about that. Huge. And sometimes it's something we don't even really talk about. Right. We just kind of sit with the suffering. Right. So we're just going to, I can go on and on and on, but if there's some ideas out there, hey, let's talk about them. Bring them to us. If you're somebody who can definitely, support us, or you've got something you might want to share with community, hit us up. Yes, absolutely. So just to capitalize on that, workshops coming in the near future, book club coming in the near future. Of course, we're still going to be we're planning on some mixers for a lot of the business owners and entrepreneurs, just so you guys can have some networking that you guys can do amongst each other. So get ready, guys, because we've got a lot of good things coming here at What's the Biz, and we are just getting started. So what can you leave us with, Nina? Well, I would just encourage the listener to look at your life. Just really look at it, and look at your joy in comparison to that. And if you are struggling finding joy or even finding peace, just think about that free assessment and let's talk. And I work with a lot of different levels of clients. I work for business men, women, to, like I said, teenagers, all a span of financial, we have programs that work for everybody. So don't, tell yourself, well, it'll probably be too expensive, or I might not be able to afford it. We have payment plans for those who need it, because we really want to develop and just make you better. That is what, it's my passion to cause people to be better than they know themselves to be, so. Nice. That's what I hope you take on for your life. Find your joy. Yes, find your joy. Take advantage of that. It's here in the Valley. We have so many resources here in the Valley, and that's What's the Biz is about, bringing that information to you guys, and bringing, even if we can bring that resource here and talk about it. So happy Monday again. Happy Monday. Yes, we hope you guys have a wonderful week. And just, remember, if you guys want someone kind of like an accountability, but on a higher scope of things, accountability partner, a life coach, a forever homegirl, I'm telling you,
Normally I
like
wouldn't
that.
rent her out, but I'm a
She
little
doesn't
selfish.
share me often.
I don't share her, but we have, she's here, so utilize that. Mercedes says that this is a good friend of mine. I wish I lived close because I would go to all the workshops.
Aw, thank you.
Amanda says maybe a virtual option. Do you guys have a virtual?
We can look at that. We can
yeah.
definitely look at that.
That's a possibility too. Thank you for those questions, guys. Mercedes, I wish you lived closer too, girl. That's Mercedes. That's Buki right there.
Buki.
Yeah, love her. But yes, you guys have a great week. I hope you feel empowered. I hope you feel inspired. And know that there's help for you guys out there. There's resources available. If you want to start with something like life coaching, it's an amazing program. We're going to put all the information in the link so you guys can click them. Don't forget to visit What's the Biz website, and that way you guys can have everything's there. Our Instagram, our YouTube, our Facebook, everything's there for you guys. So hope you guys have a great week and tune in next time.
Yep. Bye.